Kazakh national handcrafts make up the precious roots of steppe culture. They provide an inside look into nomadic lives. The art of the nation who once lived upon the great steppe is pictured here through wood and iron processing, jewelry and felting. Many programs modernize the culture of hunting, falconry, horse training and racing. Take a look inside the Kazakh culture on the program KazArt.
The Kazakh applied arts are made up from the artistic drawing, sculpture, graphics, applied arts, all of them based in the perception of the world. In today's show, we're going to talk about graphics. One of the drawing techniques, graphics, got its name from a Greek word, grapho, that means I write, I draw. Woodcut, intaglio, lino, and other kinds of prints, as well as satiric poster graphics, are considered subgenres of graphics. The Kazakh graphics also incorporates the images of the rocks of the ancient cliffs in Balkhash, Turkestan, and Mangistau. The works produced between 1930 and 1950 are considered to form the modern Kazakh graphics. Talking about graphics in Kazakhstan always brings up the name of Shokan Ualikhanov. He was the first ethnographer to depict the Kazakh household and lifestyle. Having traveled the vast steppe, he learnt many crucial images of the times. Many of his works are exhibited in the Museum of St. Petersburg. Right now we're in the Museum of Fine Arts, called after Abylkhan Kasteyev. This museum's fund is full of precious materials and works of art.
К сожалению, в нашем собрании нет рисунков Чоканова-Лиханова, но оно тоже имеет такую свою продолжительную историю.
Unfortunately, we don't have Shokan Ualikhanov's drawings. However, the Kazakh graphic tradition was kept alive in the small albums of Khludov. These albums contain drawings that the painter made while traveling the land. Many secrets were revealed by these diaries. Through the pictures in these albums, we found out how the painter worked, how he picked color palettes, we saw the sketches of the costumes and sometimes their details. He did have a keen sense of nature, that we know now.
И как каждый штрих, каждая деталь костюма, каждое состояние природы было особенно важным для него.
The first drawing school was founded in 1921 by Nikolai Khludov in the settlement of Verny. Our major artistic figures graduated from this school, having joined it as small children.
Гордость нашей коллекции – это акварельные листы, оригинальная графика, карандашные наброски Абылхана Кастеева, первого национального художника.
We are proud to have the watercolor and pencil drawing of Abylkhan Kasteyev in our collection. The patriarch of the Kazakh fine arts felt exceptionally free to use watercolor to convey any concepts and ideas.
Мы видим его прекрасные акварели, посвященные казахской природе. Это и зимние пейзажи, и весенние пейзажи, в общем-то. Работы, воспевающие красоту родной земли, взятые как бы с высоты птичьего полета, что еще больше дает.
His ability to show the beauties of our nature from the bird's eye view presented the magical landscape of the winter and summer land in exalted colors and mood. We shall stop by the painter's self-portrait we drew in 1938. There is no artist left who didn't comment on this portrait by now. The oval frame of the portrait with the ear flap frivolously sitting on his head and cozy shawl wrapped around his neck makes the whole piece look as a photograph and instills warmth. I think that this work shows his true nature and depth, and that's why it is so valuable.
Но вот в этом портрете, как мне кажется, наиболее ярко представлен характер мастера.
The level of graphics in the National Museum of Fine Arts is exceptionally high. The holding of the museum contains more than 8,000 works of graphics. Of those, 5,000 are reproductions, the remaining 3,000 are originals. The collection of the Kazakh graphics appeared in 1935 when a big exhibition was organized in the advent of the 15th anniversary of the Soviet Union. 15 artists participated in that exhibition in Almaty. Abylkhan, Kasteyev, Bornikov, Ismailov, Krutilnikov were among them. After the exhibition was over, the presented works were handed over to the management of the museum and served as a basis for the rest of the collection.
Албакир Исмаилов – это первый художник, который с графическими произведениями, можно сказать.
Al-Bakir Ismailov was the first painter who traveled with his works across the country and is recognized as the first painter who organized a mobile exhibition. At the age of 18, he loaded camels with his works and set up yurts wherever he stopped to show them to the people. Here you can see Ismailov's illustration of the Kazakh epos.
В данном случае представлены иллюстрации Албакира Исмаилова к казахскому эпосу.
When we talk about pencil or watercolor originals, we shall recall Abilkhan Kasteyev, Al-Bakir Ismailov, Kul Ahmed and Koz Ahmed Kodzukhovs. As per the founding works in lino print and works made using the etching technique, we shall mention Gerbanovsky and Brulov of the 1930s. All of them worked hard to establish what is now called the Kazakh School of Fine Arts. They created subgenres of graphics. Brulov and Gerbanovsky also stand out by their innovative printing technique, which they introduced in 1930. Brulov's Amengildi Imanov 1940 and Gebersky's The Old Lake, or his sport-related works, are all produced using the new technique. Antonshenko Olinov's lino print deserves to be mentioned here as the first of its kind. He left a plethora of works depicting the great rulers and historical persons of the Kazakh history, like Ilyas Jansurgirov. The development of the Kazakh School of Fine Arts is closely connected to the nationals who studied in Moscow and St. Petersburg. Undoubtedly, Evgeny Sidorkin's golden medal, won at the international exhibition in Leipzig, has seriously affected the domestic school of arts. Sidorkin was closely working with the mechanical graphics, print graphics, and lino print during those years.
Удивительное качество Евгения Матвеевича в том, что он, будучи русским человеком, окончив Академию художеств, появляется на земле Казахстана.
An alumnus of the Fine Arts School, Sidorkin became even more interesting when you think about his ability and willingness to take the Kazakh viewpoint and accept our values while born to a different ethnicity, Russian. For example, his Apple of Almaty made in lino print is very declarative. The level of expertise required to complete such an immense and complex work speaks volumes. The series of illustrations based on Saken Seyfulin's poems is made in the lino print technique as well. His lino work on the traditional fairy tales is another important artistic bastion of its own.
Также Евгений Матвеевич работает во многих техниках, в линогравюре, посвящает свои работы народным казахским сказкам.
Өзіміздің ұлттық өнерде айтатын кезек, айта кететін болсақ, жаңа Евгений Сидоркиндермен қатар киносуретші Сахи Романовты ерекше атап өтуге болады.
Along with Yevgeny Sidorkin, we should mention the names of Uki Azhiev and a movie director, Sahi Romanov. Sahi Romanov illustrated several books, including The 40 Lines, using a printing sewing bench. In his work on this book, he was able to capture the gist of the stories.
ертегінің мазмұнын ерекше ашып көрсетеді, яғни қарапайым қағазда гуаш немесе акварель.
Using the watercolor and gouache, he created some memorable and enjoyable images that are pleasant and easy to process for kids. Another noticeable name in the watercolor front is Uki Azhiev. Known for his vibrant landscapes and portraits, he is justly considered the wizard of the Kazakh watercolor.
Өзінің керемет Қазақстан пейзаждарын немесе портреттерінде ерекше атап өтуге болады.
In the 1960s and 70s, the print graphics started developing in leaps and bounds. These years, Baltabay, Tabildiev, Tabildi, Mukwatov, Maksum, Hisamedinov became the prominent representatives of the movement.
Графика – это тонкая интеллектуальная сторона искусства. Это не каждому, конечно.
Graphics is also a very exquisite and intellectual art genre. It doesn't open up everybody. After Sidorkin's success, machine graphics became popular and gained practical results. He intimately worked with print graphics, lithoprint and linoprint, and has a vast experience. However, he is not alone in the field. Makum Hismetov, Isatai Isabayev, and many others had shown artistic prowess. In general, the 1950s and 1960s were known to be the years when print graphics were on the rise among the famous painters. Due to this increase in popularity, the genre in general flourished and became widely recognized in the Soviet Union.
Наша графика Казахстана была одной из ведущих держав в графическом искусстве Советского Союза.
In his work from 1973, Maksum Hisamidinov recreated the image of Makhambet Utimisov using the linoprint and was able to unfold the complex character of his hero. Unlike him, Adil Rahimjanov worked with the linoprint on stone mostly. He carved some great images on stone and left them as a legacy. Despite his low popularity, Alim Khan Smagulov deserves attention with his exceptionally unique works nonetheless. Alim Khan takes a special place with the illustration work he did for the stories from the epos of Aksuat. The modern Kazakh graphics are thriving and developing in both the original and reprinted versions. Timirkhan Ordabekov in lino, Mukhtar Sizdikov and Kadirbek Hamitov in print, and the master of hybrid style, Nurlan Bajirov, actively work in the field and contribute to its effective development.
Бүгінгі таңда мына графика саласында көп суретші осы салаға
Regrettably, not many artists work in graphics these days. Due to the lack of professional interest, we categorize graphics as a dying art. Despite the limitations that the genre puts on its creators, we however still see younger generations studying at the graphics department of the Zhurgenov Academy of Arts showing interest in the trade.
Осы өнер саласына бет бұрған жас есімдер, танымал суретшілер бүгінде дәріс алып келеді.
Graphics is a complex type of art. It lacks a lot of the freedoms that are available to painters. While the color palette is limited, the medium allows for a deeper message, space, shapes, dynamics, and composition. It deserves proper treatment.
Мына живстан кескіндемеден бір айырмашылығы графикада бұл
Despite the common stereotype that you can't make colorful lino prints, you can, and multiply your work easily through series. Delivering your message to more people is something that the regular oil painting can achieve, and is possible with print.
Әртүрлі серияда жұмыс істеп, өзінің ойыңды халыққа жеткізуге жеңілдеу, майлы бояумен салғаннан гөрі. Майлы бояуда ол жаңағы оларда бір неде тақырыпта үлкен холста салатын болсаң,
to make an oil painting talk, you need to fill it with paint completely, while in graphics, the image communicates the message using blank space.
Бұның ішінде сосын жаңағы көптеген кеңістікті пайдалануға болады, ақ пен қараның арасында.
Графика, она остается графикой, поскольку никто еще не отменял. Графика – это самый такой быстрый, оперативный способ реагирования на ситуацию. Да?
Graphics as a genre will remain the same. The fact that artists prefer paint will not affect it at all. Graphite was used on the canvas before paint as sketches, at least it used to before. The modern artists started experimenting.
Это был процесс, выполнен в графике, потом переведено в холст, масло там, или уже в другой какой-то материал. Те же там эскизы, может быть, скульптурные.
The world is wide open to experiments now. The opportunities are boundless. Collage, photo, print, oil, everything is available to the creative community. However, graphics still remains exclusive among all these and will always be.
Происходящего в графическом искусстве, которые уже обретают свои особенности в материале.